to it.
Well, I suppose there are more ways to kill a cat than you've got your hopes set on what that is.
For 2
Now we'll see whether you will or not. Now tell her what we want.
You needn't tell me. I know well enough.
Oh, no, dear. You don't know. It isn't about locks or keys or numbers this time. We want to know what you've done with it. Do you hear? We want to know what you've done with it.
You will not know from me.
You're going to tell us what you've done with that package before you leave this room tonight.
Not if you kill me.
It's not the killing that's going to do it. It's something else.
Tell us where it is. Tell us and he'll stop.
Out with it!
Where is it?
Where is it? I'll give you a try next time. You'll take it out of me. Where is it?
Jimmy, be careful.
Is this any time to be careful? Please,
Now.
Here, don't go to that door. See who it is.
Tall, slim man, long coat, pale face, and carries an ebony cane.
Sherlock Holmes, he's here.
We won't answer the bell.
No, that man, he's halfway to the national powers. He knows the directors hidden in the cellar.
Nonsense.
Or the girl, get away quick.
Well, if we have to answer the bell,
Did you already go?
take her up the back stairway.
She's too ill and can't see anyone. You understand?
Yes, yes. Lock her in the room and stay by the door. Sid, you get out there. Keep quiet there until he comes into the house. Then come round to the front. Be ready for him when he comes out. If he's got the things in spite of us, I'll give you 2 sharp whistles. If you don't hear it, let him pass.
Would it all of you hear the 2 whistles?
Let him have it. Go on, answer the bell. Mr. Holmes, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Who did you wish to see, Mr. Holmes?
Oh, thank you so much. I sent my card by the butler.
Ah, very well.
Miss Faulkner begs Mr. Holmes to excuse her. She's not well enough to see anyone this evening.
Hand Miss Faulkner this and say that
I beg your
have...
pardon, Mr. Holmes, but it's quite useless, really.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear it.
I regret to inform you that Miss Faulkner is quite an invalid. She is unable to see anyone. Her health is so poor.
Did it ever occur to you that she might be confined to the house too much?
How does this concern you?
It doesn't. I merely made the suggestion. That's all. Go on, take it up.
Of course, you can take up your card or note or whatever it is if you wish it so much. I was only trying to save you the trouble.
Thanks. Hardly any trouble at all. Send a card.
You know, Mr. Holmes, you interest me very much.
Ah.
Upon my word, yes. We've all heard of your wonderful methods, your marvelous insight, your ingenuity at picking up and following clues, and the astonishing manner in which you gain information from the most trifling details. Now, I dare say, in this brief moment or two, you've discovered any number of things about me.
Oh, nothing of consequence, Mr. Chetwood. I've scarcely more than asked myself why you rushed off and sent that telegram in such a frightened hurry. What possible excuse you could have had for gulping down that tumbler of raw brandy at the Lion Head on your way back. Why your friend left so suddenly by the terrace window, and what there could possibly be about the safe in the lower part of that desk to cause you such painful anxiety.
Very good indeed. If these things were only true right now, I would be wonderfully impressed. You'll excuse me, I trust. It's from Miss Faulkner. Well, really, she begs to be allowed to see Mr. Holmes. She absolutely implores it. Well, I suppose I shall have to give way. Judson?
Sir?
Ask Miss Faulkner to come down to the drawing room. Hello, Mr. Holmes is waiting to see her.
Yes, sir.
This is quite remarkable, upon my soul. May I ask, if it isn't an impertinent question, what message you sent up that could have so aroused Miss Faulkner's desire to come down?
Merely that if she wasn't down in 5 minutes, I'd go up.
Oh, that was it.
Quite so. And unless I'm much mistaken, I hear the young lady upon the stairs. In which case, she has 1.5 minutes to spare.
That is Miss Faulkner. Let me introduce Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Miss Faulkner.
Mr. Holmes, I am most charmed to make your acquaintance and was most anxious to come down, only my doctor's forbidden my seeing anyone. But when Cousin Freddie said that I might come down, but naturally that places all of the responsibility on him.
Thank you very much indeed for consenting to see me, Miss Faulkner. But I regret that you were put to the trouble of making such a very rapid change of dress.
Oh, not at all, Mr. Holmes. For you see, during the day, I'm allowed to get up and sit by the window.
Ah, and you were sitting up looking out of the window.
Yes.
Admiring the fog.
Mr. Holmes is very interesting, isn't he, Freddie?
I don't know about that.
Oh, is he making mistakes? I'm sorry.
He's been telling me the most astonishing things.
Oh, and they weren't true.
Listen to this one. He wanted to know what there was about the safe in that desk that caused me such anxiety.
Oh, but there isn't anything, is there?
That's just it. There's a good safe there, but nothing in it.
Well, I wonder what Mr. Holmes thought we had in there.
Perhaps you'll do better next time.
Yes, perhaps you'll try on me next time, Mr. Holmes.
Yes. What do you think of her?
Well, it is very easy to discern one thing about Miss Faulkner, and that is that she is extremely fond of the piano, that her touch is exquisite, her expression wonderful, and her technique extraordinary. While she likes light music well enough, she is extremely fond of Chopin, Liszt, and Brahms. She plays a great deal indeed. I see it as her chief diversion, which makes it all the more remarkable that she has not touched the piano for 3 days.
Isn't that fascinating?
Certainly better than he did for me.
I am glad to somewhat repair my shattered reputation. And as a reward, will Miss Faulkner consent to play for something of which I am particularly fond?
Oh, I would be delighted if I can.
If we can. Something tells me that Chopin's Prelude No. 7 is at your fingers' ends.
Oh, yes, I can give you that.
Please me so much.
Mr. Holmes, I am curious as to how you knew so much about my technique in playing expression.
Miss Faulkner's hands.
Ah, and my preference for composers you mentioned?
The music rack.
Oh, but how simple. But you said I had not touched the piano for 3 days. How did
The
you...
keys.
The keys.
A light layer of dust.
Dust? Oh, dear me, I've never known Therese to be forgetful before. You must think of us as terribly untidy, Mr. Holmes.
On the contrary, I can see from many things that you are not untidy in the least, and am therefore compelled to conclude that the failure of Therese is due to something else.
What?
To some unusual excitement or disturbance that has recently taken place in this house.
Well, you're doing very well, Mr. Holmes, and you deserve your Chopin.
Thanks.
What are you doing here, Judson?
I came to see what was wanted, ma'am.
What was wanted?
No one asked you to come.
I beg your pardon, sir. I answered the bell.
What bell?
The drawing room bell, sir.
What do you mean, you blockhead?
Quite sure of wrong, sir.
I tell you the bell did not ring.
Your butler is right, Mr. Chetwood. The bell did ring.
How do you know?
I rang it.
What do you want?
I want to send my card to Miss Faulkner.
What right do you have to ring for servants and give orders in my house?
And what right have you to prevent my cards from reaching their destination? And how does it happen that you and this woman are resorting to trickery and deceit to prevent me from seeing Alice Faulkner? Through some trifling oversight, Johnson, neither of the cards that I have handed to you has been delivered. See that this error does not occur again.
My orders, sir.
Oh, you have ordered.
I can't say that
You were told not to deliver my card.
What business is it of yours? I'd like to know.
I shall satisfy your curiosity on that point in a very short time.
Yes, and in a very short time you will find it's unsafe to meddle with me. It wouldn't be any trouble at all for me to throw you out into the street.
Quite possibly not. But trouble would swiftly follow such an experiment on your part.
It's a cursed lucky thing for you I'm not armed.
Well, when Miss Faulkner comes down, you can go and arm yourself.
Arm myself. I'll call the police. And what's more, I'll do it now.
You will not do it now. You will stay exactly where you are until the young lady I came to see has entered this room.
What makes you so sure of that?
Because you will infinitely prefer to avoid an investigation of your very suspicious conduct, Mr. James Larrabee. An investigation that will certainly take place if you or your wife